Welcome to Digital Retail Delivered. I'm Jordan Burke from Tomorrow Retail Consulting, and today we are talking about dark stores. Dark stores are one of the hottest topics in retail circles worldwide. We get asked at least once a week by retailers, how can they deploy dark stores to help improve the efficiency of their online picking operations and drive profitability in their e-commerce businesses faster. First, let's start with what is a dark store. The term dark store was created back in the early 2000s when Tesco opened its first online-only picking facility. This was a store, but where customers never entered, and where Tesco could pick online orders much faster. Theoretically, without customers, dark stores allow you to be much more efficient as you're picking online orders in a space that doesn't have customer traffic. Also, these facilities should help you manage inventory more effectively because you don't have customers taking products off shelves. Long term, these facilities should be more profitable than a store-based picking operation. But as we'll see today, that isn't always the case. Dark stores have gotten a lot of attention in recent years across the world. Starbucks announced recently that dark stores are going to be a core part of its real estate strategy going forward. China has embraced dark stores, and the concept has grown significantly in the last few years. Today, there are more dark stores in China than there are in the entire rest of the world combined. I led e-commerce for Walmart in China and had the chance to open dark stores across the country. We saw the benefits that dark stores can bring to a retail strategy, but we also saw the challenges of what it takes to make a dark store strategy successful. So why are retailers looking at opening dark stores today more than ever? First, they think it will remove the congestion from picking online orders in their existing physical stores. Second, they think they'll be able to pick much faster in a dark store because they can control the environment and design it for efficient picking operations. Third, they think opening dark stores can help them access new customers who are far away from their existing stores and where they don't have the opportunity to open a physical store. Finally, and this is where some of my e-commerce brothers and sisters may not be so happy that I'm sharing this, but e-commerce teams love the idea of opening their own stores so they don't have to integrate with the existing store operations teams and work with each other to make the online picking operation work. In some ways, this is the new shiny object that e-commerce teams are excited to go and lead. That is not a good reason, of course, to open a dark store. Shifting your online order operations to a dark store does remove the congestion of online picking within your existing physical stores. It also leads to a pretty immediate improvement in efficiency. It's common for picking in dark stores to be 50% more efficient than existing physical stores with minimal automation or improvement on the process. Over time, this can be a 100% improvement in picking speeds versus picking in existing stores. However, the view that dark stores can help you access new customers is where this concept often falls, as dark stores are not effective mechanisms for acquiring new customers. Customers want to be able to shop both digitally and physically with most retailers. And with a dark store only strategy, customers don't build the same level of trust as they do when they can at times visit your existing store. So on their own, dark stores are not effective at helping you acquire new customers. Meanwhile, there are two other considerable challenges with dark stores. The first is covering the additional costs, both the fixed cost and added inventory costs of this facility. You must have enough volume to cover those costs for the dark store to make sense. Also, the inventory flow process is complex. When you open a dark store, your total volume is not going to be the same as an existing physical store. And so shipping in case quantities of products, which is typically what your store is receiving, is a very big burden for a dark store. You've got to find a way to reduce pack sizes or ship in eaches so the dark store is not overloaded with inventory in the early phases. Our advice to retailers before you open a dark store is to take 4 key steps. First, maximize your volume through your existing physical stores. Put as much online order volume and demand into those physical stores as you can. When you think they are going to burst at the seams with volume, push even more. Find ways to repurpose space in your stores to create pick zones. Add automation into those pick zones to increase pick speeds. Do whatever you can to reach maximum volume in those existing stores. Next, as you look at dark store locations, ensure that each location already has a significant base of customers that will be ordering from that store. Do not assume that you are going to bring on additional new customers with the launch of the dark store. Third, start simple. 4 walls and racking. Don't expect that you're going to automate a dark store from the time it opens. Learn your way into that automation by understanding the right operational flows, the right order profiles of customers from the dark store before you start investing significant CapEx to making it extra efficient. Finally, back to the first point, make sure you have enough volume before you open those stores. In most markets around the world, any less than 400 to 500 orders per day out of an individual dark store is not enough for you to even come close to break even on the facility. So ensure you've got that volume before you start opening those stores. 5 years from now, dark stores will be a very common real estate format for retailers around the world. The key is to begin learning how to use the dark store format by looking closely at where you've got enough volume to test it, learning your way into automation within the dark store itself, and figuring out your inventory flow and supply chain to be able to support the dark store in its early and mature phases. We look forward to seeing dark store strategies evolve and are always excited to help you think through this aspect of your business. Good luck out there, and look forward to seeing you out in the retail world.